You're listening to Cannapornia with your host, Mofo, only on LA Talk Radio.
So, what do you get when you mix weed and porn together?
Cannapornia, 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 Cannapornia. You are now tuned in to Cannapornia. Now here's your host, the one and only Mofo.
I love that. That's Just Too Easy, by the way. Who did that? Just Too Easy. Okay. So far right now, well, who you're looking at right now is the hot as hell, super sexy superstar, super director, super writer, and from what I hear, a super pussy too. It's K.
Who would you hear that from?
K. Brandt. K. Brandt. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Cool. How are you?
Good. Just trying to get everything situated here. If you notice, I haven't even had a chance to put my 40 in my red cup like I usually do. And
you got to get to that.
Yeah, and Kay's drinking also, of course. So far, we think, I don't know if Little Miss Wet Chloe Carter is gonna make it or not, but we'll see, because traffic has been a bitch tonight.
It was bad. Actually, it was pretty good heading down, but traffic just got bad at the exit.
Yeah.
Like on the 101, suddenly it just
Now I have to say something, because I noticed it in the hallway. Now you just wrote and direct. Did you ever do porn?
No.
Oh. Because believe me, I was looking. I was looking for it now, especially after tonight. Kay has an ass on her. Oh, man. Little waist, ass, legs.
Blame it on my grandmother.
Yes.
Genetics.
Yes. And I love your look, too. Are you Italian?
Yes.
Oh, do I know? Do I know my women or what? Yes, you have that Italian look. You kind of remind me of the Italian sex symbols from the 50s and 60s.
Like Sophia Loren.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the other one? That Gina.
Lola Brigida.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, I was jerking after her when I was 5. When I was 5, I was already jerking after her. It was unbelievable.
It was a different time then.
Nothing would even come out of my dick. I would just jerk off.
Right.
But yeah, she was hot as hell. Gina Lola Brigida. If you guys don't know who she is, Google her. Or Google Italian sex symbols.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or go to Buca di Beppo, because you'll see their pictures everywhere.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, I guess if Little Miss Wet doesn't show up, I'm going to call her Little Miss No Show. How's
It's not uncommon for girls in porn.
But hopefully, because, dude, she is hot as hell. So hopefully she doesn't show up. And if she doesn't show up, she's welcome to come on.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to say it right now. Our next show is our big 420 show. It's going to be on the 18th of this month, a Tuesday, but that's our 420 show. And so let's get to the show. I wanted to start this show because did you watch WrestleMania?
When?
Are you into WrestleMania? The one?
No.
So what was it? Yesterday? No, 2 days ago.
No, I didn't watch it.
Do you know who John Cena is?
No.
Okay, well, John Cena. Because what I wanted to ask you, do you know who Conor McGregor is?
Of course.
Okay, do you know who Ronda Rousey is?
Of course.
Do you know who Floyd Mayweather is?
Yes, I do.
Do you know who Serena Williams is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, you know what? Oh, well, no, I'll still ask you.
Okay.
Do you have internet on your phone?
I do.
Go ahead and Google John Cena and Nikki Bella.
How do you spell Cena?
Cena. John Cena. And then just put Nikki Bella. They're a couple.
This is coming up as C-E. Oh, yeah, okay. John, not S.
They're,
I can't smell.
They're like
John
top
Cena
superstars. Yeah.
And
Nikki Bella.
Yeah. Okay, I see them.
Okay, you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's my question. This is my question to you guys too. Which of the following couples that I just mentioned, okay?
Okay.
If they did a live hardcore sex show,
Yeah.
who do you think would sell the most pay-per-views? John Cena, fucking Nikki Bella, or Conor McGregor, fucking Ronda Rousey,
100%.
or
That one.
Floyd Mayweather, fucking Serena Williams?
No.
Who do you think?
Ronda Rousey and Colin McGregor.
You think so?
100%. I'll put money on it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think
Everybody wants to see Ronda get fucked.
right. Instead of getting knocked out, right?
Well, because it's too hard to watch her now, because it was kind of cool when Holly knocked her out, and you had that moment where the undefeatable woman was suddenly defeated, and that was like, whether you rooted for it or not, it was still pretty awesome. It was still exciting. It was like a moment of shock and awe, right?
Right.
Okay, but now that last fight that she had, it was pathetic. She has no standing game.
Right.
And it's mind-blowing that somebody of her level and her stature, her position in the UFC, does not have a standing game. I mean,
right.
It's unthinkable. So seeing her have sex with Colin, who another asshole that people either love or hate, but usually have a very certain feeling. They're not indifferent to him at all. He gets on your nerves. He gets under your skin.
Well, by the way, I love Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. I love that. Yeah, me and my son and his friends, we always order all the UFC pay-per-views, and they love fucking McGregor. Love him. And we're fucking Mexican. But we just love the fucker. And then when that fucking walk he does.
Yeah. Oh, he acts like a gorilla in the cage at the beginning, gets on his knuckles and does all kinds of weird movements and flips. Yeah.
No, I love watching him. He's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll agree with you because they both have that love-hate relationship. Yeah. And that makes you want to watch them. It's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather.
And they're loudmouths.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Now, but my thing is this, okay? Because I analyze this. Because what I do is, first of all, I break them down.
Okay.
And I break them down by the woman. Because I really don't get... when I watch porn, I watch it for the female porn star. I really don't care who's fucking her. I'm into the female porn star. It's who I want to see get fucked,
Okay, yeah.
And not discounting male porn stars. Of course, they're important and all that. But what I'm saying, I'm watching porn to see the girl get fucked. And if the guy happen to have a huge cock, that's better. Because she's not faking it. That's kind of the reasons why I like to see big dicks. Is because I know, that's fucking tearing her apart. She's not acting. That's fucking really stretching her asshole.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're not allowed on my sets, but there you go. If you're gonna have that attitude, because I don't feel that way. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start first. Let's start with John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Okay.
See, I don't think Nikki. Okay. Well, let's talk about the three girls:
okay.
Nikki Bella, Ronda Rousey, and Serena Williams.
Okay.
Okay. The first thing I go by is how fucking wild is she gonna be in bed? Like, is she gonna want to do everything? Is she open to everything? So right away that discounts Nikki Bella, because I don't think she's like that. I think, And then Ronda Rousey. This one I was kind of like, I don't know, because Ronda Rousey's pretty emotional. She's had some trauma in her life and stuff.
Right, it could go either way. She could be like,
yeah,
cold
exactly.
ice princess in bed, or she could be wild.
Exactly. And then Serena Williams, I think Serena Williams is wild.
Oh yeah, she probably is.
I think she's a beast in bed, just like a beast on a tennis court.
Could be.
And then me, I kind of lean forward her too, because I love thick women. The thicker, the better. And Serena Williams, if you guys don't know who that is, Google her. Oh, she might have too much muscle for some of you out there, but I love it. I love that kind of CrossFit women.
Yeah.
And kind of like bodybuilder women too,
of course.
But not when they're contest shape.
No.
When they have all the fucking abs.
They're not
and
competitive
veins.
bodybuilders. They're just fit. They're toned,
I like it.
muscular.
Yeah. What they call it usually is their off-season shape.
Yeah.
where they're soft, I guess. Oh my God. But they have the thickest asses and thighs.
They're
and
strong.
calves. Yeah.
But one thing about athletes, though, that may change your mind about Serena as well as Nikki, and I don't know, maybe Rhonda too, but she has so much time off in between fights that she has a lot of time to recover. But when you're a tennis player or you're a runner, you are in constant pain. When you reach their level of athleticism, you're usually in quite a bit of pain during, during, before, and after your training, and the training is constant. So all that may be reflected in bed. Therefore, they wind up with a partner that doesn't necessarily demand much or expect much, because their partner is usually an athlete of some sort too.
Right.
So they're both kind of like, they go home and they take a bunch of ibuprofen and they sit with ice packs and they whine and complain to each other, and they like rubbing each other's feet. So what you're talking about is fantasy. It could go either way.
Right. Well, the fantasy I was talking about is me banging them. Okay. So unfortunately, with me banging them, they're not going to experience too much pain. Okay.
Yeah.
My average size dick and my cardio, I'm going to last maybe 2 minutes. And then to top it off, I come fast.
Yeah.
So you're talking about.
Okay. No biggie.
I think any of the three could handle 2 minutes of hard fucking from an average size penis.
Definitely.
Easily.
Definitely. Most women can.
Yeah, easily.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, my poor wife has been handling it for 28 years.
You're doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do. I make her laugh. I pay the bills. The kids came out okay.
Yeah.
We have a nice house, and it's a big deal when you have a nice house in a white neighborhood and you're Mexican.
Yeah. For sure.
Because we've been there for years, and my neighbors still look at me like I'm gonna carjack their car, rob their house.
I do that to my neighbors just for the heck of it, not because I just can't. I hate my neighbors. I hate them all.
Really?
Yeah.
But the guys must love you.
They might, but
no, they do.
Well,
I'm telling you, I wish you were my neighbor. Even if you were like 4 houses down, I would do something to walk by your house or something. Especially if you're out there, taking down the groceries. Or do you live in a house?
I do.
Do you have a front yard?
I do.
Do you ever like kick it in the front yard, like wash your car?
Sometimes I used to, not really wash my car, but I do yard work.
What do you wear when you do yard work?
Nothing attractive, believe me. I could tell a story.
It doesn't have to be much.
Sweat clothes, I like exercise clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when you say exercise clothes, are you talking about those yoga pants?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes.
What color?
Black.
Yes.
I go with black.
And when you do yard work, you bend over a lot.
Yeah.
So Kay Brandt is bending over in yoga pants.
Yeah. It's not as sexy as you think.
No, it is. I'm telling you, they're jerking off in their living room. Like, when is she gonna do her fucking yard work? I sent the wife to the fucking Target. What's going on here?
I think it's sad that that they would even. I know that men are creatures like that. They can't help it. They just can't help it looking and thinking those things and having that. But I don't ever want their wives to feel bad. I'm just not that kind of a person.
Right.
And I find that a lot of women just don't like me in general, like have a hard time dealing with me.
But you know why? Because you're sexy. There's a lot of women, that are attractive, right? Good bodies, pretty faces. But there's not too many women that are sexy. I tweeted about this last week. This is so funny now that this is happening. I tweeted last week that, dieting, working out, surgeries don't make you sexy. You know what I mean? To me, you're born sexy. Kay Brandt is a sexy woman. She has a sexy look. And you can't make that. You can't make. Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You can't buy it. You can't make it.
It comes from within.
Yeah. No. So that's why the women hate you.
That might be. I mean, the women that I've notoriously been close to, and I'm still close to now, are very strong women. Mm-hmm. So, they're not the most sane people in the world, but they're very, they're strong. And I don't intimidate them. Right. But I do find that most women, they don't know what to do with me. They don't know how to figure me out at all. They think I'm one thing and then they realize I'm another, and that bothers them even more.
Yeah. Like if I worked for you, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say I was your male talent.
Okay.
Right? And you're directing me. I'm telling you right now, I'm thinking of Kay while I'm fucking the porn actress. I don't care who it is. I'm fucking looking at Kay, thinking of her. That's what's gonna make me shoot my load.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But
welcome.
Unfortunately, I think that kind of works against me sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do
In what way?
Because I do find that there are male. I've hired male talent that have been intimidated by me, and they find it much easier to work for a male director, than they do for a woman. And then when they get intimidated by me, they don't really know what to think. Therefore, it affects the one thing that they're there for.
Oh wow, interesting. Now, are you talking about performance problems?
Yeah.
Erection problems?
Yes.
You know, I had that once, and I couldn't believe it. This was I wrote and directed a movie back in 1997.
Yeah, you sent me that poster.
Yeah, it was called Adventures of the Fart Bitches. And
what inspired you for that?
because back then I was writing a comic book called Adventures of the Fart Bitches, right? And this guy I worked with said, dude, you should make that a porno, because he was like big time into porn. And I was like, you think so? He goes, yeah, dude. And so I did it. We found a producer.
Oh my gosh.
And but it just I didn't get the budget I thought I was gonna get.
Right. Nobody ever does.
I had to shoot it in one day.
Oh my God.
In one day.
I've done it.
Yeah. And then I was supposed to get a budget for effects, because basically it was
What company was it?
it was a new company. It was a new guy.
In the 70s?
No, this was 97.
Oh, 97.
No, and this was one of those, those rich guys that come into the industry.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this kind of money. Da 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 da. I want to make.
I
movies.
need to meet those people.
Yeah. And then they find out, it takes like 10 or 20 movies to make money or whatever, so they're gone.
Especially now.
Yeah. So their whole superpower was they would fuck you and then they would fart your head off. Okay.
Howard Stern would love that. Did he ever know about that one?
No, he did. I
did?
sent it to him.
Oh, yeah.
I sent it to him. There's been 2 times where I've sent my movies to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sent Adventures of the Fart Bitches to Howard Stern.
Okay.
Never heard anything.
No. Unfortunate.
And then I did I wrote and directed another movie for DVSX in 2005 called Sick Girls Need Sick Boys. And it was 5 scenes.
Okay.
Right? And one of the scenes was called Avenge Go-Go. And if you've seen Kill Bill, there's a scene in there where Go-Go, this 17-year-old bodyguard, this badass assassin, gets killed, by Uma Thurman, the bride. So I made a scene where the cousin gets revenge. All right. So so I sent it to Tarantino. Never heard anything.
Of course not.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I've done that, and it doesn't work. But but anyway, getting back to Adventures of the Fart Bitches. The main scene, the major scene, was Nina Hartley.
Ooh.
Okay, and it was just like, and I was intimidated of her.
She can be
Big time, yeah. And
still
I'm not talking
to this day.
Yeah, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about her ass.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude,
she's intense. I mean, she has a certain energy about her.
Yeah. I didn't care. I was just looking at that ass. And unfortunately, the male talent was intimidated too. He couldn't get it hard.
No, it happens.
We were waiting. He's off to the side, jerking off. Then he's even asking, "Hey man, can you lick my balls, suck my dick, finger my asshole?" And he's doing everything, and nothing is happening. And then what I didn't know at the time, our cameraman was a director.
Okay.
His real name was John Keeler.
Okay.
And he went by Jane Waters.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you ever worked with him or know of him. And then he told me, he goes, mofo, he goes, our sound guy is talent. And he has a huge cock.
That's handy.
Huge cock. Like as thick as this fucking, as thick as this 40 ouncer.
Oh my God.
And I go, get the fuck out of here. He goes, yes. And then we went over there, and I go to the backyard, because he was back in the backyard smoking a joint. And then I go, hey man, is it true you have a huge cock? And he shows us this dick. It was humongous.
Right.
And then I go, would you fuck Nina Hartley? And he goes, fuck yeah. He goes, I'll fuck anybody here.
Right.
I go, well, hold on, let's see, because you got to ask her.
Yeah.
But then it turned out she knew him.
Wow.
Or whatever. So we did a stunt cock.
Yeah.
But the only here's the messed up part when you're a director and you're high all the time like me. Anyone who's been on my set or who has worked with me will tell you, Mofo gets fucked up. He's always fucked up, right?
Okay.
And what I didn't notice till the editing, their dicks were completely different as far as color, size, the pubic hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck it. Let's just go with it.
Yeah. What a drama.
Yeah, what a drama. And I think the review, AVN tore me apart about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they were like, what? Really?
Yeah. Because they know. They can tell. It would take...
well, no, anybody could have noticed that it was two different dicks.
That's
but
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's Adventures of the Fart Bitches. If you have a chance, you can still buy it.
That's amazing.
But look at the Nina Hartley scene, and you'll see the two different dicks.
Some of my movies you can't even buy anymore.
Yeah,
they were just sold out over the years, and they didn't make any more. So, if you can still get yours, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of your movies. I was looking at a couple of them last night, and the one I wanted to bring up because we were gonna have Miss Little Wet Wet, because if you guys don't know who she is, heavily tattooed, a lot of tattoos, and I haven't had one of those porn stars on my show yet. That's why I wanted her on tonight. And you had Genevieve Hex, something like that,
and Forked.
A lot of tattoos.
Yeah,
a lot of tattoos and voluptuous big chick.
Yeah.
Intimidating.
And natural.
Looking. Yeah. So I'll bring up the subject with you because I wanted to talk about this in case some of you guys don't know. Tattooed girls have a hard time getting work, and everything, not just porn. Like, you know, like I can't believe there's still companies that won't hire you because of tattoos.
Happens.
I mean, it's like, it's really hard to believe. It shouldn't
it's
matter. Can they do the job
to a lot
or
of
not?
companies see it as just distracting. There's just too much going on. It raises questions about whether they're normal, if their lifestyle is so alternative that it's going to affect the work.
Right.
It's not that Adam and Eve doesn't want tattoo girls in their movies. That's not necessarily the case. But there's not for the movies that I do. There's just not a lot to choose from. You know, I mean, I had for Forked both Genevieve and oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember her name.
In case you guys are wondering what the hell I'm looking for my phone. I think my wife kept my phone, which means I'm fucked. I am fucked. If my wife has my phone, I'm fucked.
No, because we were texting on my way here, so you have it somewhere.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I can't believe I can't remember her name. Who's the other one who's popular now? Not Genevieve.
That's what you mean, tattoos?
Yeah, not Joanna, but who's? Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of them now. You know who I think is hot as hell?
Who?
Oh, damn. Don't tell me I don't remember. I want her on a show, and I think her girlfriend, too. I think it's Lee Raven.
I don't know her.
And Nikki Hartz.
Oh, Nikki. Yeah, I filmed her years ago.
Yeah, those two, I'm pretty sure they're a couple. I really want them on the show.
Yeah, because Nikki's gay.
But, so if it's not Lee, who else? I'm trying to think of tattoos. I don't know.
I can't believe I can't. Pete Peaks. Annabelle. No, Anna.
Big tits, red hair.
Yeah.
Annabelle, right? Yeah. Oh yeah,
Peaks.
she's hot.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah. So she sent in an audition tape for Forked as well. She was out of town on my shoot dates. So I wanted her and Genevieve both because I thought they were so cool, and their audition tapes. Everybody had to audition that before they got hired for Forked. Right. So I had to make sure that they knew how to cook. That was important. And
really?
Yeah.
To really cook.
Well, yeah, because there's 7 live cooking segments in Forked as well as 5 sex scenes. So that was the point of it, was to do the very first X-rated cooking show, and that it's live all the way through. Those dishes were cooked when they came out of the oven. It wasn't just like we popped them in and there was something else waiting.
Do you know any cannabis chefs? No. So I want some on this show.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hear that? I need some cannabis chefs to come on the show and bring some stuff.
Well, there's a lot of cannabis cookers in the industry.
We can't smoke on air, but we can eat on air. So you can bring edibles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know any offhand, but I hear them talk about it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, go ahead about the Annabelle. So what happened?
Annabelle was out of town, so I had hired Genevieve.
Mm-hmm.
And I had so many people that auditioned for the show that I really had to just kind of, see, part of the thing is, if I could hire everybody, I would. But I had to think about who the chemistry was going to be strongest with. And there was only a couple people in the cast that I knew beforehand, like Marcus London and Allison Ray. The others were new to me. I'd never directed them before. Mercedes Mealy, David Dice, Leah Falcon. And we had, I just had to make sure that the pairings were correct too, because I don't just show up on set and say, hey, you two have sex. These pairings are planned out ahead of time. And I really spend some time listening to my intuition about what I think would be hot.
Yeah. So you like to hire people that have worked together?
No, not necessarily. I like to pair people together for the first time.
Yeah. Okay. So the tattoo thing. See, I tweeted, I think this week or last week, because of Little Miss Wet Wet.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted something like, "Don't tell me you love pussy if you can't jerk off to a porn star because she has tattoos." And this is what I mean by that. Okay. Now remember, I said love pussy. Okay.
I'm with you.
And then I tweeted something, and it said something like, "Don't tell me you're a pervert, but you can't jerk off to a porn star because she has tattoos." And this is what I mean. If you're really a pervert, and perverts who are listening will agree, you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about tattoos. You don't give a fuck if she's like that with no arms, no legs. You just want to fuck her. If you really love pussy and are pervert, tattoos wouldn't stop you. They wouldn't. So I don't buy it, but I do get it. Why they're not, But all I'm saying is that don't look at me and tell me, hey, I'm a pervert, but I can't jerk off because she has a sleeve of tattoos on her arm. No, I don't buy it.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody has a fetish, and some people are just really not into it. And that's part of the thing that you learn in porn, that it's not about judging anything. You just work around it.
But but what you're saying is the fetish.
Definitely.
The fetish is
just like piercing.
Is a bare-skinned woman, right? That's the fetish. No tattoos.
There are millions of men
like my fetish of big asses.
Do not get turned on by women with excessive piercings, excessive tattoos, or extreme haircuts. They just don't like it. They want the Mia Malkovas. They want an August Ames. They want, girls who look more all-American, innocent. They want to believe that. But the thing is that that's all just appearance too, because Mia Malkova and August Ames are wild women. They are by far, they are not innocent, in that way.
Well, you just described something, because these questions were actually for Chloe Carter, right? Because I wanted her to defend it and talk about it and say basically fuck you. But the reason, I'll tell you the main reason why. I'm not going to talk for everybody else. The main reason I'm into girls with tattoos is because, to me, girls with tattoos are the ultimate bad girl. And what I mean by that is this. When I see a girl who has her hands and neck tattooed, that tells me she don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck what people think. She's really like putting it out there, like, I live and look the way I fucking want. And that just turns me on. But on the flip side, what turns me on too is the girl, the goody two-shoe girl next door, but she's a nympho. Do you know what I mean? You
get both of those things in porn, so
so
you don't have to look very far.
So I agree with you, and then I'm explaining, the other part why, But then that's me, I can pretty much fucking jerk off to anything, and I love women. I'm attracted to women, big time. Now, listen to this. I had somebody analyze me once, and they told me it's because my mother died when I was 4 years old, and I'm still looking for mommy.
You might be. So what?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Can I call you mommy?
I have a whole series of books called "My Mommy's Got Your Daughter," and those are made for the mommy fetish.
Your stuff is kind of like the taboo stuff.
Yeah, sometimes some of it
turns me on.
Yeah,
That
it turns on a
turns me
lot of
on.
people. It's a big selling genre.
Because to me, porn. My favorite kind of porn is the taboo.
Okay.
Because I like to feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Most people do.
You know, that's the biggest turn on.
But I think sex inherently feels like that. I think that sex, just at its base purpose, feels wrong. And that's why it's secreted.
I think my wife has been feeling that for 28 years. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? Why is this fucker on
Still
top of me?
with you, though. So
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is. Now, I already asked you about the performing thing. Like, why? Because most female directors, right, performed, and then they got into directing. Correct or not?
Yes and no. I mean, that may have been the case. Listen, there's very few female directors in the industry. There's more now than there's ever been. But when I started directing in the industry, I can tell you there was maybe 2 others.
What made you want to?
Because I got offered a really an offer I couldn't refuse by Girlfriends Films in 2009 to leave mainstream and make porn.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was cool. You know, the thing about being a filmmaker is that we often go through dry spells, and those dry spells are awful. And I went through one. I went through one that lasted for 4 years, and it completely kills your creative spirit. It kills your ability to write and create and imagine, which is all the things you have to do to be an inspired creative.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, my resume was found on a job board by Dan O'Connell, who owned Girlfriends Films back then. And he convinced me, he didn't tell me at first that it was porn, that he was brainwashing me into doing, you know, not brainwashing, but that he was doing a heavy convincing on me to come over and be a part of his team. Yes. What?
Real quick.
Yeah.
Girlfriends Films has some of the hottest fucking lesbian porn. If you guys aren't aware of it or know of it, Girlfriends Films, kind of remember that. Oh, man.
Yeah. But, you know, you have to remember that Girlfriends Films was created by a man who was single when I was working there. So, and he didn't, you know, this is where he got to express his fantasies was through his own company. So most of what happened at Girlfriends Films before I showed up in 2009 was Dan. And he didn't put anybody's name, including his own, on any of the movies because he wanted to create this mystery around it, that nobody really knows who's doing it. The only person that he would really show in any kind of outtake was Candy Girl Carmichael, who was his camera girl at the time because she was very out as a lesbian, and so he wanted that image to be associated with his films. And then when I showed up, it took a while before I was like, okay, I know I'll show my face on the fan forum and connect with people. And it was strange. It's strange if you're not if you get into the adult industry not meaning to get into the adult industry. And I had all kinds of thoughts that I was unsure about what I was going to find once I was in the adult industry and what that was going to mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
So other than now, you also mentioned Adam and Eve. Okay, what basically do you do for them? Is it just like one kind of thing? Or you can can you kind of do what you want, or they kind of tell you, hey, we need this kind of movie, can you do it? Or you kind of tell them, hey,
all
I want to do
of the
this.
above. It just depends on the scenario. I've been making movies for them since 2015, and that was when I made Safe Landings, and that was a movie based on my own novel. So at the time, they had spent a couple of years actually looking for authors, erotic and romance authors that were willing to turn over their books and let Adam and Eve make them into movies. And they went to book conventions. They reached out to different people here and there, and they got zero response. Nobody, not one author was willing to let the executives at Adam and Eve, who are some of the coolest people I've met in the industry. They're not like shady characters at all that would make an author go, oh no, I don't trust you, you know?
Yeah.
So they got no response. So when they met me, and I had left the industry for 2 years to write books, when they approached me and we started having emails back and forth and conversations about it, and they realized that I was an author and that I had these books that not every book can be made into a movie. So the fact that my books could be made into a movie, or at least some of them could, and fit their thing. Yeah. Adam and Eve has a staff therapist that puts a stamp of approval on all of the movies. Therefore, they can't tread into taboo. BDSM has to be handled lightly. There's a couple of other things, like with Safe Landings, the opening scene is a husband and wife. The wife wakes the husband up to give him a blowjob, and the sun is coming up. It's very early in the morning. And I had filmed it like it is in the book, where he's really asleep when she starts to give the blowjob. So his eyes were closed. It was Marcus Lennon and Brenda James. Marcus's eyes were closed. And we went through the entire editing process. We had a finished film. And before it gets to the next stage of authoring or goes out on VOD, the therapist has to watch it, and we got the letter from the therapist saying, nope, that opening scene with Marcus's eyes closed when she starts giving the blowjob is a sign of non-consent. So my editor had to go back to the drawing board and recreate the scene, and I really didn't have enough footage to even kind of like, make it make sense with his eyes open. So he had to do some fancy work to to please the therapist. And that's what we work around.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's because Adam and Eve is a old company. They are long established, and they're not a film company first. They're a novelty company first. So they have a certain level of quality that their customers are seeking. Plus, they don't want to come across as offensive or unsafe.
Even in porn, it's just like Baskin Robbins. There's different flavors for everybody. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, when you direct porn, a lot of times it's somebody telling you, okay, look, this is what I want. A lot of times it's not what you want.
Yeah, that happened to me at Girlfriends Films. It was usually Dan telling me, this is what I want. I have these girls booked for tomorrow or the day after, and I want you to do a mommy-daughter scene. I want you to do something like this. And I would go home and I'd rack my brain and come up with ridiculous things. And we would film them. And some of the most ridiculous things I thought of, he loved. Those were the times when I was like, I have no idea what to write now. I have no creative. So I would make up things. I would do some research. Like one of them was a woman, an older woman, and a younger girl that they meet in church. Their families are friends.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm getting hard already.
Oh, you're not.
Yes. It doesn't take much.
It's the beer.
Doesn't take much. I'm pathetic like that.
And she offers the young girl needs a kidney. And so it was Persia Moner who played the older woman. And so the scenario I wrote is that Persia offers to give up a kidney. And so as they approach the pending surgery, she invites her over for tea, and she gets sleepy and she takes a nap, and Persia takes care of her. Well,
So she went down on her for a kidney.
No, it wasn't a manipulation. It was a romance scene, not a manipulative or any kind of evil. It was all done in the guise of. Did
she die right after the orgasm because she never got the fucking kidney?
No, actually, she didn't die, but the cameras did, because I was getting very experimental at this stage in my very early career, and I was pushing the scenes to see how far I could go during the sex scenes. Yeah. And we were about 35 minutes into the sex scene, and both Dan and Candy Girl were looking at me going, the batteries are dying. And they're running out of room on the cards, end the scene.
So. Can I got to tell you something. I know as a fucking fact, 99% of the guys watching right now want to see Kate Brandt in the scene. That's all I'm thinking about. I want to see Kate Brandt in a fucking porno.
No.
Oh my God.
The fantasy's probably better.
What could you do that would be enough for a guy to jerk off to? You could probably just sit there and moan. Just talk and moan, huh? That would be enough. Her squirming around in that chair.
Pick your laundry off the floor.
Yeah.
Put that laundry away.
Exactly.
That's what they want to hear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, damn, I can't. Yeah, I really can't believe how sexy you are. You know what? I agree now that we've been with each other for about 40 minutes. I can see where she's distracted on set.
Well. Yeah. Not every male performer has been directed by a woman too, so that's something. No,
wait a minute. We keep talking about guys. Women hit on you too, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
Probably.
All the time.
Is it more than guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been.
Yeah.
Since Girlfriends. Yeah.
Ooh,
And
wow.
a lot of the performers just couldn't believe that I wasn't a performer or that I wasn't, See, what happens when you're a sexually free person, and not only you sexually free, but you also get paid for that? It becomes your career, it becomes your livelihood, what you're doing every single day. Just like if you were in corporate America and given yourself over to the corporate gods, you become that, you think that, you feel that, you see that. It's all a part of what's happening in your consciousness. Well, it's the same for performers too.
Right.
So I remember like India Summers was one of the first performers that was like getting very insistent with me about kissing on set. She wanted to kiss me all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like kiss, like open mouth, tongue.
I'm sure that was part of what she was
Yes,
thinking, but
yes.
I mean,
That-
she was
that's-
just trying to
that-
get
that's
to
what
the
I'm
first
picturing.
base with me. Yeah, she was just getting, and I wouldn't. To me, that was the line was of professionalism was very important to draw,
Yeah.
because I was new in the business and Dan was watching everything that I did.
Right.
And I did not think that he would think kindly of that, nor was I interested in doing it. It's not that she's not beautiful. It's not that there wasn't a part of me. It's just that I'm not particularly gay.
Yeah.
I don't have like the lesbian thing. I never really did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, it just didn't even occur to me like, oh, like I'll give her a little peck on the cheek.
Right.
But I have no interest in sitting here kissing her. And that may seem incredibly boring, especially on a show like this. But they, in their minds, in most performers' minds, everybody feels like they do. So they don't understand. Like I was just this anomaly. I was just this person that showed up like.
But that probably makes you a better director, though.
And definitely. And you have to, because I will tell you, performers like actors, doesn't matter if it's mainstream or adult, if they think they can get away with it, just like children, they will.
Yeah. My wife would always say, are you fucking girls on the set? Have you ever fucked a girl on the set? I go, well, I don't know, because no one's ever wanted to fuck me. so yeah, I can say no. I've never fucked anybody on set because nobody ever did, and I don't know if I would say yes or no. So I don't have your fucking problem.
Right.
I wish I did. I want to talk about masturbation. Because, the last show, we made a PSA, a public service announcement about an anti-drug, anti-crystal meth public service announcement. Because I think I've told you, no, I haven't told you. I said on the last show, sometimes I get emails from people, your show's all about cannabis and porn from California, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Oh, I did see that.
And but you never talk about the consequences. You got to have some responsibility. So I decided every show I'm going to make a PSA.
Yeah.
And this is one about masturbation can get out of control.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to play this.
Okay.
You're going to like this.
All right.
And of course I wrote it, and Elsinore performed it. And here we go. This is called Masturbation. Get ready.
A cautionary tale of masturbation gone wrong. Little Jimmy was only 13 years old when nothing on Pornhub turned him on enough to jerk off to. He got so depressed he started thinking of suicide. And then, one day, the unthinkable happened. Little Jimmy was sitting at his cousin's birthday party, eating his cake, talking to nobody, when his cousin's dog Rocky started to lick its balls like all dogs do. Watching the dog lick its own balls turned on Jimmy immensely. Little Jimmy's hairless pecker was harder than ever. Jimmy's thoughts of suicide were replaced with hope, joy, and glee. Little Jimmy couldn't ignore the intense urge to jerk off. He pulled out his little pecker and started masturbating.
Did you write this?
Masturbating like a boy who hasn't discovered masturbation. The family of 40 adults and kids started yelling, screaming, and laughing at him. Jimmy didn't hear them. He looked like a crazed, out of control madman. All of a sudden, Jimmy shot a massive gush of sperm all over his 91-year-old grandma's
Oh,
face.
no.
She was completely covered from neck to forehead. Her
Oh.
eye sockets, nostrils, ears, all filled with little Jimmy's jizz.
Night cream.
This, however, turned Jimmy on even more. He started jerking off again. Years later, now at 19 years old, little Jimmy is now in prison, serving a 12-year sentence for kidnapping and raping that dog Rocky for almost 21 days.
That's a terrible
Be
story.
careful, kids. Masturbation can be a beautiful thing, but it can also lead you down a road of sadness and regret.
This has been a public service announcement from the Cannapornia show, written by Mofo and performed by Elsinore.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, now, here's another thing I wanted to come up with. We want to start talking. Oh, I need fucking advertisers. So we are going to come up with a spotlight segment on every show where we spotlight sex toys, any kind of sex toy. And so what I thought I would do on this first show was tell a story about a sex toy.
Oh,
This one. It was when I directed Sick Girls Need Sick Boys Part 2. I wrote it, directed it, and casted it. You know, I got to say thank you to DVSX. They basically would say, look, go do what you want and we'll pay for it. You know how beautiful that is?
I need that. I need
Yeah.
to find a company that supports me like that.
I could pretty much do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So anyway, I shot this scene. It was 4 girls, right? It was now I can't remember which girl it was. All right, but the 4 girls were Katrina Craven, Naughty and Nice, Genevieve Jolie, and Amber Rain. Unfortunately, Amber Rain passed away.
Yeah,
She was so
but I remember
beautiful, dude.
Genevieve Jolie.
And anyway, when the scene was over, you know, like I told you before, my set was pretty much like a party, right? You know, the people from DVSX left, and I stayed there with the girls, and it's a beautiful mansion. It's on, it's a well-known mansion. A lot of people shoot there.
We
It's on
film
top
at a
of
lot of
hill.
mansions in porn. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And so we stayed there. But anyway, in the scene, one of the girls squirted. Okay, and if
For
you guys-
reals?
Yeah, she squirted big time. And now when I shot, I would invite homies, friends, and people would come over. And like I told you, it was like a house party. My sets were like house parties. But anyway, one of the girls that was there was like, how can you show me how to squirt? She wanted to know how to squirt.
All right.
And like I said, I don't remember who it was, but one of them goes, "Yeah, I'll show you." And she laid her back, right? She put her back on this sofa, whatever, and she's they're facing each other opposite. Okay, so she's kind of kissing her, and she's fingering her pussy. It was pretty hot, and she pulls out a glass dildo. Okay, and anyway, she makes her fucking squirt all over the fucking place, like 3-4 times. All right. Anyway, when the scene was over, she asked me. She offered me to keep it, and this is it right here.
Oh yeah, I've filmed girls using a tool like that before.
Now, hopefully, you guys can see that. I know with glass, maybe sometimes it's hard. Maybe you can see it on the red background, but basically, it's like almost like the letter C, right?
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so over the years, I kind of, I would, of course, wash it, whatever, all that stuff. And every time they used it, girls have squirted.
Really?
So if you don't know how to squirt and want to squirt, use this kind of glass dildo.
Yeah, it's because it's got the hook shape on it.
Yeah. Have you used it?
No.
Have you squirted?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Almost and kind of a little bit, but not like you
Ooh.
see in film. But I'd say about 80% of what you see in film's not really squirting.
Oh no. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Sorry.
Damn it.
It's not as common as you think. And even though it seems like, oh, there's just that little button and it has to be worked at. You have to be with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's very few practitioners who know how to make their partner do that for real. And then leading up to that, the performer or just even in your own bedroom usually have to be fairly hydrated because there needs to be water in the system for that to
Has
happen.
anybody ever died from squirting?
Well, I don't know. We
Got
should do a little
dehydrated?
research on that.
Okay.
Oh.
Now what does that mean? Is Kay gonna squirt for me?
No.
after the show. Is Kay gonna squirt for me for
I'll
after
pour
the show?
beer on you.
Yeah. Oh, but getting back to the advertising, the reason why I have La Creepy right there is any companies out there that have these love dolls, whatever you call them or whatever. You advertise my show, you can have her right there for every show during the show, and then I'll play your commercial too. And also products like this, glass dildos, you can show it. My show is video. People can see your stuff, not just hear about it. Okay, so you talk about effective marketing. You have your product right here on the table where my hats are at. And the advertising is very, very low. The rates are very low right now, especially for 20. I got a 420 special going on. So hit me up at Cannapornia@gmail.com. Cannapornia@gmail.com. Oh, we're almost off. What do you want to promote? Kate?
I have a new movie coming out.
Okay.
It's called Adventures with the Baumgartners, and it is a 5-hour, 10-sex scene epic.
10?
Yes.
Dude, that's going to take me like a year to jerk off to.
Well, it's 5 hours. It could take you all week if you watch it 1 hour at a
No,
time.
but you don't know. Remember I told you I was pathetic.
2 minutes.
I like one scene. First I jerk off when she's talking dirty. Then I jerk off when she's probably licking the balls. Then I jerk off when she's sucking the dick. Then it
happens.
So 10 scenes. Wow,
well,
that's a lot.
Babysitting the Baumgartners, that won the Best Polyamory Feature Award at EVN and Best Sex Scene at XBiz.
Oh, wait, did we say Kay Brandt is a AVN XBiz award-winning writer and director?
And the Night Moves, I've won several Night Moves awards as well for writing and directing and movies.
Yeah,
and
check her out. She has it. If you Google, Amazon page comes up too, an Amazon link.
Yeah, because that's my author page. I have 21 books published.
Wow,
Yeah.
21 books.
Yes, I've been busy.
Yeah,
Very busy.
Are you ever gonna write one called "My Night with a Mexican" after a talk show where I squirted for him in the parking lot all over his face? Are you gonna write that one?
Maybe.
Okay.
That could sell.
Okay,
that could sell.
It would sell.
Yeah.
It would sell. It would sell.
It's got a little taboo edge to it.
Get that whole bilingual Latino
yeah,
market.
that's a big market.
I'm telling you. I could bring you some money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get in trouble if I talk about a girlfriend of mine right now, so I won't talk about
Okay,
her.
well, no, stick with your promotion.
Okay, so Adventures with the Baumgartners is a sequel to Babysitting the Baumgartners, and by the way, Babysitting the Baumgartners was the number one movies on the number one movie on hotmovies.com for all of 2016, and Adam and Eve.
Hotmovies.com.
Yeah. Adam and Eve has never had a number one movie on hotmovies.com that you may have reached number one but not stayed there.
Look at you.
Yeah, it beat out thousands of other titles.
Look at you.
Yeah, it was crazy. I met the owner of Hot Movies at AEE in January in Vegas, and for the first time I met him, and he was like, "Yeah, we've never seen anything like that." Like, it just.
No, was he talking about you or your ass?
Well,
Both.
It was crowded, so he was looking at me from shoulders up. But It was amazing. There were hundreds of reviews, and usually when people download a scene, because it's all VOD via Hot Movies, they usually don't leave a review. Maybe they'll leave some stars. There were reviews, people, person after person saying this is the best movie we've ever seen in adult.
Wow.
This is that movie. So Adam and Eve wanted to capitalize on their success, and they sent me back into production last November to film the sequel. These are all based on the novels of the woman who owns Accessica Publishing, which is my main publishing company.
Okay.
And Babysitting the Baumgartners was a movie that sold over 2 million, the book sold over 2 million copies worldwide as a novel. And so it was a big deal when Selena gave me the rights to make her movie.
Cool. Now, how do people hire you? How do people contact you? Give us some information.
Well, here's the deal. Most people who are in a hiring position know me, but I will give you my social media contacts. So on when I was at Digital Playground, I had a company called Jewelbox Films. That's JEWELBOXFILMS.
That's your Twitter name.
Well, a lot of people have trouble finding me because of that on Twitter. They look for Kay Brandt, and sometimes it doesn't.
I followed Jewelbox Films because you looked hot as fuck. Because if I follow you on Twitter, that means I want to fuck you.
Oh.
Like, a lot of half of
Your
the
poor wife.
Yeah, half of the women
Yeah.
on my Twitter, I
Yeah.
have no idea what they
Yeah.
do. Like some of them are weather women, some of them are on Fox News, some of them are porn
Yeah.
stars, whatever. So have a hot avatar picture, and you'll get fucking perverts like me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that happens. I think a lot of men feel that way.
yeah.
Yeah. So especially with social media.
Okay, what else do you have other than your Twitter?
So Adventures with the Baumgartners is actually out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
The DVD's coming
Are you
out
gonna
in
have a
2
party?
weeks. We had a party last year for babysitting the Baumgartners, and we're talking about doing it again. But we've,
Are you gonna invite me?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Sure.
Invite me to a set. I'll be nice.
What are you going to do there?
I'll just observe.
No,
observe.
see, here's the problem with that. I have a lot of people asking to be on my sets. And the main issue that I have with having extra bodies there for just observing is because there's somebody called the homeowner that you're renting that home from.
So I can't
and
be
they
there
have
smoking
rules,
weed.
They have rules that say, okay, how many people are going to be here, cast and crew? If I say 9 and a 10th person shows up, they could charge me for that.
Yeah,
They get upset. So
I'll get
that's
you in
why.
trouble. I'll get you in
Yeah,
trouble.
you have
I'll
to
meet you at
keep-
the after party.
They don't listen. The homeowners don't like to have crowds.
Okay.
They don't like to have extra people. So everybody who comes to my set has to be a valid working person.
Well, just invite me to the parties. then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap that up.
So they can find me on Facebook, K Brat,
Okay.
on Instagram, K.Brat, and Joe Box Films on Twitter, and you can. That's it. Amazon.
And I want you back. She was a great.
I can
guest.
be.
Great
You can.
guest.
I can be Robin to your Howard Stern.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, well, we're out of here. You can get me at twitter.com/Cannapornia, twitter.com/MofoWear. MofoWear is my clothing line. MofoWearStore.com. My Instagram is instagram.com/
You can do it.
MofoWear. Okay, and anyway, thank you to everybody, and
Thank you for having me.
Please subscribe to my YouTube. This show will be on YouTube tomorrow.
Woohoo.
And again, I'm gonna go look at K Brand's ass as soon as the show is over. All right. Remember what, like I always say, like it's tattooed on my hands. Believe in yourself, and que será, será.
You're listening to Cannapornia with your host, Mofo, only on LA Talk Radio.